Hello, I'm Tamasin and I'm from the UK. I just wanted to have the freedom of living on wheels, and home is wherever you park it. Also, everyone said that four-wheel drive is absolutely necessary in Canada if you want to get to trailheads, because I'm absolutely mad about hiking. So she's the perfect mountain home. And she's called Roxy. It's a Mitsubishi Delica from Japan. And we've got kind of a little cult club here, and there's lots of clubs online, and they're actually really unique vehicles, which is cool, but it also makes it hard to get mechanical work done. So, passenger seat, bit of a loner. There has not been many passengers here. So this is my fridge, which is not in the slightest bit cold right now. I need to go to Walmart, stick this in the freezer before I start my shop, do my shop, and then sneak it out again. That doesn't even work very well, but that's my cool box. Slack line for when I feel like doing that, and then more food. And also, as you can see, in every nook and cranny I am using. Oh, and also I'll introduce you to Kevin and Evan. Kevin is a Kia from New Zealand, and Evan is, of course, an eagle, and they're my little mascots. I kind of also started this because I needed a challenge. I was very happy, comfortable, living in this perfect bubble in Queenstown, New Zealand, and I thought, I'm too happy and comfortable. I really believe that we should challenge ourselves and keep changing things as much as possible, or else we will just get stuck. And it might be really nice and happy and great, but then we won't develop ourselves and learn about ourselves. And at 30, you kind of think, I know myself now, but you don't. I've had to get to know who I am now. 5 years ago, I was also completely different, and my philosophy is that you should keep on challenging yourself, learning about yourself until you really know what you need and want in life, and only then will one be happy to settle and not have any wonderings about, oh, what if? It's better to have an oh well than a what if. So if this doesn't work out for me, then at least I know. And first of all, I'm just going to say shout out to Leonardo, the guy who sold this to me. I didn't do any of this building myself. So thank you, Leo. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Laundry bag. I just did laundry, woo! More shoes, nice little mat to make it feel homey. And my bed, as you can see, is just a single, and I added a lot more foam than the last seller had because I'm a bit of a pea princess. I need a very squishy bed. And I also added a plant, so that's ivy, got a speaker. It's just a great place to chill out. I think that van life is quite glamorized. I mean, it used to be seen as something that people did when they, I don't know, couldn't afford a house or something. But now people go from living in a house to living in a van, thinking that it's quite glamorous. Not in the typical sense of glamour, but it's seen as so adventurous and beautiful and amazing and fun. And actually, you really have to make that happen. And every day is like, well, how am I going to make today awesome? I've got this freedom, what do I do with it? And it's very challenging and definitely not glamorous. It's tough and challenging, and I've never had so many emotional challenges. So yeah, it's really taught me a lot about myself and what I need. Here is my food and kitchen kind of drawer. It's definitely organized chaos. I know where everything is, it all fits, and it's a good amount of food to keep me going if I don't go shopping much. I've got clothes as well, and I have a lot more clothes than this, but this is where I keep, I don't know, I rotate them, and then I don't need to go into the underbed storage too often. Here we've got water, and the seller was really good at securing things, so there's all these little locks and clamps behind the water. Got more food stuff like seasonings, sauces, coffee, the most important part of any van lifer's kitchen. Well, it's cheaper to not pay for accommodation every night, although it is kind of tough to find spots where I can get away with sleeping and not annoying anyone, and also trying to find places I won't be slightly paranoid about knocks and things like that. You also want a toilet as near as possible, which is tricky. Also, traveling alone, it's so nice that you can just change your mind as many times as you like about what you're doing. And I do that a lot. So I'll start driving and I'm like, wait, no, I'm going to do this other thing. And I don't need to talk to anyone about it. And I do love my own space and living the way I want, eating when I want. And it's so comfy. Like, I have such good night's sleep last night. It was like 11 hours. It was so good, I needed it. And under here is just like a random little compartment where I've got like little cleany things. I can brush it and keep it clean. I like to keep it as clean as possible, but of course when you're going hiking all the time, things can get a bit dusty. So I also have this, so I can keep things a little bit more clean. Check out how homey that is. Doormat and everything. With the lack of space, I also have to keep like just jackets and my laptop and stuff in there, and I just toss it to the front, toss it to the back, wherever I'm not. So it is very challenging having this much time alone. It's very new for me. I'm learning a lot about myself, and yeah, it's confronting. There's a lot of more ups and downs than I'm used to. Yeah, sometimes it would be nice to talk to friends and things and have that connection and interaction. So I've been doing a lot of voice noting with friends, and that is taking up a lot of my time, and it's really nice. So I do like to have some internet reception. That's important. So under here is very important because I've got a lot of stuff, because I do aim to eventually live in a room. So I didn't want to get rid of all my nice clothes, but every time I go in here, it's a big ordeal. Okay, so now we've got like this little hook, and since there's a lot more foam than the last seller had, it's a lot more effort to lift this. So first that knee, and then that knee. Attach that on there. Okay, and now you can see how much stuff I have, and I'm actually quite proud of how I've managed to get all my clothes in here. Not only is it compartmentalized like this with cardboard, it's multi-layered. There's multiple layers. All of my pretty things that I hardly have any opportunity to wear, but that's my, I guess, tramping gear. Got multiple backpacks, tent, climbing shoes, harness, and amazingly everything fits into here. And I'm also a photographer, so I've got my camera, and as you can see, it's taken a while to figure out how this is all going to fit, but it does. And not only does it fit, but it also locks, which is really nice, and it keeps it a little bit more secure. Yeah, but I've always felt very safe. It felt very scary though, leaving it for the first time, going for an overnight hike. This was a bit less than I was going to spend, 8,000, like 8,250. But we both knew that there was a lot of work to be done. Like, there was quite a bit of rust, some mechanical issues as well. So I had to get the rust attended to, which was another 2,000, and another 1,500 for the mechanical fixes. But I was kind of willing to spend that total to get set up, and so that's all right. Yeah. Classic camping stove here. So it's just like that, 2 burners. I've got everything I need in there. Connect the little propane gas tank. So this is great for all my cooking really. 1 pot curries, pastas, and I've got like chopping board up here hidden away. All sorts of knickknacks all squished in so they don't fly out at a stop sign. Oh, and also this rolls out, which is really cool. So I can stay sat here and start chopping stuff here. And I try and keep things really organized when I'm cooking, but it gets quite crazy. I think it's very important to know what you want to do in your life. So the four-wheel drive for me is really important because I love hiking. If you're not more into luxury and more space, of course, you'd need more space than this. I'm fine in a small space. I feel like it's quite cozy, but you can't stand up in here, and some people would hate that. I wanted to be able to stand up, but it's fine. Yeah, think about how much stuff you have. If you've got a bike, if you've got gear, also you'd need to have places for all of that. I almost have too much stuff. It's very much on the line, but I'm making it work. Some nice LED lighting that should turn on. That's really nice when it's dark, of course. I've got little lights here and there, but mostly the most important one is just my head torch, because of course it just lights up whatever you're looking at. You don't really need much more. I always have a lot of power and water anxiety, so I keep it as charged as I can at libraries. I always feel a bit sheepish going into a library carrying that, because I mean they might not love that I'm charging up my stuff there. But this is for my phone mostly. My phone has a really bad battery, my laptop if I need it. And it also powers the fan. And I have a diesel heater, and this is the control for it, and that's stored in the back. I really wanted to travel around Canada to choose where I want to settle. So that meant it's really great to have your vehicle and be able to sleep in it, not having to pay for hostels or accommodation all the time. It's just such a luxury to be able to sleep wherever I want. Also, I got very kind of scared before actually starting. I was staying with a friend and it felt like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready for this, because it was so comfortable and easy to be in a building, and to actually start and not know what I'm really doing, that was really scary. And the first night was really scary too. The first night, that was the only time I got it, like someone was trying to wake me up and put something on my windscreen, but it was fine, there was no fine or anything. But from then I've been a bit smarter, and I've used this app called iOverlander, which is a lifesaver. So back here we have the diesel for the diesel heater, and that's the diesel heater itself. And it was all set up for me, so that was awesome. The heat goes through under the bed and out into the main living room. Yeah, so that's that. I'm very prolific on Instagram, so if you want to follow my van adventures and check out my photography, mostly hiking and mountaineering, then it's Tectonic Tammy with an underscore, Tectonic_Tammy. And I add to my stories a lot, and I'm very honest about how I'm feeling, because I think we don't talk enough about mental health and the challenges, and life's not always perfect.
Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please share it with a friend. Also, if you want to watch more alternative dwellings, we got a playlist popping up right here, and we release new episodes every single Sunday, so consider subscribing.